it's like, if she's communicated with you in the way that you communicate with her, the way you want her to, like you said, she'd basically she'd be a guy with tatas and a VJJ. Right. And it's very unattractive. It's very unattractive. Masculine women with masculine attributes.
So I want to talk about masculine women because there's a lot of penis envy amongst women, period, not just Muslim women today. And attributes that have typically been associated with men have come to become praiseworthy amongst women. For example, having strong leadership qualities, or being successful in your career, which inevitably means you need to become very disagreeable. No one has ever become successful in their business or workplace without attaining a high level of disagreeableness. You have to say no, I don't accept that. No, we can do it, on and on. So what advice can we give to the sisters who see these qualities, these attributes as praiseworthy, as something to aspire to, and yet they don't realize that it makes them terrible spouses, terrible wives? What type of advice would you give those types of sisters? Because they see the opposite as weakness. If I don't have strong leadership qualities, if I'm not disagreeable, I'm weak. Is that the case?
No, absolutely not. Women, horrible wars, crimes, the worst things in the world have happened on behalf of women. What men have done for their women. When a woman is in her feminine and a man is in his masculine, she can allude to things that she wants done, and that guy will go and move entire mountains, drill holes through mountains, build airplanes, and then make nuclear bombs to flatten them, or an entire nation who dishonored her or disregarded her. Men are more than happy to respond to their woman and do what they want. But when she's in her feminine, that's when he's the most responsive. What these women need to understand is that when men, and this is advice I give to women. I don't have many one-to-one consultations with women, but when I do get them, I tell women, do not, under any circumstances, touch your man's ego. We as men, we go to combat sports. The guy, we say we're going to spar light. He hits you too hard. We go to war. Now we're dropping bombs on each other, jujitsuing when we're at the boxing club. We will fight on the street over our honor and our dignity as men. So when you challenge us, it's an automatic fight or flight response.
So true. So true.
But you're my woman. I don't want to fight you and I don't want to run away from you. And so he's going to have to give it a pass, which she's not going to like, or he's going to have to, or he's going to have to challenge her and fight her if he doesn't understand how to use cocky, funny, and redirect that stuff and control it. And then what he's going to do is, in his mind, he's never going to forgive her. And then he's going to be waiting for a chance to get revenge like he does with another man. And so it's like, stop responding to your man like a man, because you're bringing out a masculine response. Right. Come to him. Oh, baby, blah, 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 blah. Grab his arm, touch his face, grab his beard real light, whatever else. Do womanly stuff. And he will be like, yeah, all right, baby, all right, let's do it. Let's go. Come on. You know what I'm saying? He's stuff that he would, under no circumstances, usually consider, unless he's like, one of those brainiac guys that like, no, I've only got like, 40,000 in the bank. And if we spend that £5 on that thing you want, unless he's one of those guys, he's going to respond positively to her. But if she comes at him, challenging him, and she's got a masculine man as a masculine woman, if she managed to pull that off, which I don't think they can, what's he going to do? It's going to pull out that which is in him already, even more, a more extreme response. So
I remember listening to a YouTube video. It was actually by Matthew Hussey. If you know who Matthew Hussey is, then you know his super simp. But he said something very powerful. He said to the women that he was talking to at that time, he said, what if I told you that your strong and independent label that you're holding is actually a weakness? What if you're posturing as the so-called strong and independent because you're scared to submit yourself to a man, which means that you have to let go of that label? And I found that to be profound. And I came to conclude from that men show strength in one way and women show strength in another way. And the way that a woman shows a strength is through submission. Strength through submission. Why do I say that's a strength? Because it takes courage to trust a man to lead you. It takes courage to trust the leader, period. Whether it's a president, whether it's a general of an army, you need to have a certain degree of trust in him, in that, okay, I'm going to hand the reins over to you, to make decisions for us.
Yeah.
That requires strength. How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's absolutely correct. But the problem is this is where socialization of feminism comes in. Because now women have been told under no circumstances should you trust a man.
Mm.
We're all dangerous, rapists, this, that, the other. We're murderers and we're baby killers, and we're everything that's wrong with the world, according to feminists. And now we have entire generations of women who have been raised with, indoctrinated with feminist ideology that you should not trust a man. And when we look historically at the behavior of men, yes, there have been savages. Yes, one nation, when they go to war with another nation, the women of the defeated nation have suffered. But the women of the conquering nation, they generally had good lives. And men went out of their way to take care of the women that they considered to be theirs. Now, obviously, and this goes into part of my whole thing when I'm talking about white knighting and not fighting on behalf of women that are not yours and whatnot. This is a whole different topic, but it falls into that. Your women, they get the benefit of your masculinity and the positives that it can bring to your life. But in order to get that, you have to be submissive, because there can't be two masculine. There can't be two bulls in one pen.
Right.
A man, there you go. There you go. Right here. The missus, this is the wife. She watches the show. She says it. Vulnerability. When a woman is vulnerable, what does it do? It brings out your masculinity.